I guess no one came over. That's fine, guys. Welcome back to the Blair Witch Forest. And thank you once again for joining this unusual timing live. Guys, I decided it's time to go live at any time since it's important for the reselling world, guys, to sometimes clear their minds. And I decided after watching Josh Galt's video yesterday, it's hopefully everyone can hear something, because I apologize in advance for not saying hello to anyone, but hopefully everyone is healthy, happy, and enjoying their evening already. It's 6:47, I think, in afternoon Eastern time. So guys, if you have not watched Josh Galt's video from yesterday about life and time management, it's very important, guys, that you watch it, because Josh Galt brought up great points, guys, yesterday about different things, about reselling, about time management, about aspects of corporate business environment and how happy everyone is doing their business. But if nobody shows up, that's fine, guys. You can rewatch my unusual timing live. Everyone already forgot that I ever went live before. So how you doing? So guys, if you forgot, I'm still have the same name. Still have the same name. Still live in Cleveland, which is Ohio. Our great state of Ohio, guys, which is one of the best states for resellers and sourcing and all of that stuff, guys. So if you come to this live, I appreciate it. If you don't, I also appreciate it, because there's nothing. Look at this tree, guys. There's nothing that you're gonna hear here which will be interesting. But I decided sometimes it's important to reflect on things in reselling. And Josh Galt yesterday, guys, was talking about having money, being poor, or be rich and have time management. And of course, I agree. I agree with Josh Galt, because time management, guys, is a very important tool in life. Believe me. So, guys, the thing is, it's good to go live without notifications or without telling anyone. That way, there will be nobody spying on you. Nobody gonna be that interested, guys, in learning the process of things in life that come up. So, Josh, if you're gonna watch this live or this recording, yes, very dirty in here. It's only 25 degrees right now in Cleveland, and already got used to walking in this weather, even colder. So when I walk, guys, I have a lot of stuff on my mind that I want to talk about, not just reselling. So Josh Galt was kind enough yesterday, guys, to surprise us with a great topic: how you can manage your time and be rich, or how you can be poor and think about money all the time. So in his defense, he was right about things, because if you don't manage your time correctly, guys, you're gonna get old, and it's gonna be a loss for everything. You're not gonna have time to even think about money anymore. But if you manage your time correctly, you're gonna have at least a chance, to salvage your opportunities to have money and be rich, possibly, eventually. Not right away, guys. You have to understand, nothing happens instantly. Everything takes time. So if you ever decide to watch what Josh Galt was talking about, you can go to his channel, guys. I will edit this live and put Josh Galt's link into the description. But since nobody's watching my channel right now, guys, it's actually good for Josh. So nobody gonna have any opinion on what he was talking about yesterday. But it's important, guys, sometimes to reflect on different business opportunities. And Josh Galt is one of the people, guys, that is very knowledgeable, since he was in corporate environment, guys, for a while. So whenever you're in a corporate environment like Josh Galt, you have to know, guys, the rules of the game. Because if you don't, like Harry Hamstone, who is also very knowledgeable. Harry, my man, how you been? My friend from Delaware. How's Delaware doing? So if you don't manage your time correctly, guys, you can talk to Josh Galt. He will point you into the right direction. Josh Galt is one of the people, whenever he talks, guys, about business, people should listen, because he's used to be a president of a big size corporation like McDonald's, similar size corporation, which had over 1 million people employed. So whenever Josh Galt talks, you guys have to listen and reflect and write it down. Otherwise, Josh Galt will not be happy with you guys. Harry, what's new? How's life, man? Harry, sorry I came live at about unknown time, but I decided it's time to talk about business. And not just YouTube, but content and stuff like that on YouTube. That is very important for survival of the fittest. Because if you cannot be business oriented, guys, you're not gonna survive. You're gonna fall down and die. So you have to be business oriented, guys. Otherwise, you're gonna listen to a lot of content creators that tell you that you will not survive if you're not gonna change. So, guys, we don't live in a freaking jungle or a forest. So there is always gonna be opportunities, which is important. See, Harry, what's important, man? Harry, my friend, thanks for stopping by the way. Nobody knows that I went live, which is good. I like it when nobody knows. That way we can reflect on different things in life, on different personalities. And Harry, just tell people to rewatch it if you can. Maybe someone will hit the like button. Help me out, make 1 cent profit from YouTube. Harry, we're struggling, man, to make money. That's why we cannot survive. We cannot survive in the jungle anymore. We can only hope that we'll be saved by someone who is corporate and has millions of dollars that can help us out. Otherwise, here we cannot continue with this YouTube world where everyone is trying to make some money. You see, that's important. YouTube cannot pay everyone. Guys, you have to remember, YouTube doesn't have freaking money to pay all the people. YouTube is trying their best to send you videos somewhere where nobody gonna watch them. which is great. So I decided, guys, to boost up YouTube algorithm. I will go live every day. And we're gonna talk about businesses, talk about content creators that help you with your fortunes so that you listen with your ears wide open. But make sure your ears don't grow that much like an elephant and don't have a nose like an elephant, like a trunk. So at least you're gonna save yourself some time. So I was hoping, guys, that reality of life will help everyone and understand that business is changing. You're gonna open your eyes. Like in the Vanilla Sky movie. Remember Vanilla Sky movie with Tom Cruise? There was a saying that open your eyes. And he was afraid to open his eyes. He was like very confused after all the drugs and after all the information that he was given to open his eyes. Here it's good that you're part-time, man. It's very good. Be part-time all the time here until you retire. Believe me, because Josh Galt said yesterday that if you're only part-time and think about money, you're not gonna make it. So, sorry, Josh Galt is, he's a knowledgeable corporate guy. So we kind of have to listen and remember here. So if you got a job that pays you well, you should stick to the job, man. So time management will not be an issue for you. You will be making still good amount of income. But me and Josh Galt will always be poor because we cannot manage time anymore. We lost time management, man. We cannot continue, managing our own time. So good advice to you guys is to always stick to great content creators that tell you that time management is important and money is not. It's a very important part of reselling business and not just reselling. And guys, actually, temperature in Cleveland currently, once again, I will be like a weather person. Like Ryan Hall, you all. Guys, if you don't watch, subscribe to Ryan Hall, you all. He is one of the best weather content creators in YouTube right now. He's done a great job. So currently in Cleveland right now, it's 27 degrees with wind chill of about 24 degrees, if that makes sense. And I've been walking already for like 2.5 hours, which is good. I clear my mind and think about Josh Galt's video from yesterday and other content creators and think about how important it is to put out different topics. So we're gonna do every day, every other day live, walking and talking about life, about business, about how you can succeed in this wild reselling journeys. With everyone is confused on what they want to do. But it's a great opportunity to, better yourself. I'm one of those preaching type of content creators. You have to understand your businesses. You have to understand what you're doing, because if you don't, in a few, I'm getting near throw some more listings. Here, just put up 1,000 listings, man, and go to sleep. And think about your job, man. Don't think about any freaking reselling. Reselling is not important, man. Your health is important. Your family is important. You have to put your health as number one, which I never do. That's why I'm always freaking end up in the hospital. And then you have to put your very close family, number two. Your kids, very important. Wives, maybe wives can change. Kids never change. Kids are always yours. Wives go and leave, come back, leave, come back. See, wives, here you have to understand, man, and all of you guys, wives are not your real blood. Like it's not like you were not born with your wife. So it's different blood. Your children, on the other hand, partially are your blood. Your parents also. But that's all, each to their own, guys. But, that's important part also of your business, by the way. If you have a good wife, you will succeed possibly in business. If you don't, you can also succeed, but by yourself. See, that's what makes it a difference, guys. Together sometimes, but it's not for everyone. Some, marriages, I mean, end up very fast. Some, thankfully, can go on for long, and it's always good when they do go for a long time. But lately, there was decline in long-term marriages. And that happens for various reasons, I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not a marriage counselor, but it happens, guys. Believe me, I know that personally. So it's very important, guys, to reflect on different opportunities. Don't even have 500 listings. Here it doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter here. Just put something up, man, and start selling on live selling platforms, guys. I decided it's time to start selling everywhere, because we're gonna start complaining soon about. Guys, it's always time to complain, because if we don't complain, the life without drama. You have to understand sometimes, especially when you're in social media circles. That's why I respect people who are on down low a lot. They're not on social media. They don't have any Facebook, Instagram, all this crap. And they're like down low, and they don't even pay attention to all the drama in the world. They're like know about themselves. They know they know what they need to do. They don't need advices. They don't need to watch, TV channels about politics, because politics touch people a lot. I know people. I'm not afraid to talk. Some people, are confused and afraid to talk about politics, like they're gonna get shot by KGB tomorrow. It's not Soviet Union, guys. You're not gonna get shot, hopefully, by anyone. So you can speak freely in this country, as I said many times before on the lives, that this country is the beauty of it, where you can speak about things. There will be disagreements. People will unsubscribe. People will, not like you talking about your opinions, even though this country has created opportunity to express your opinions. You can read the history. That's why this country exists. If you know the history, because of great people in this country that created those opportunities, your great grandfathers who came here from different parts of the world. I always said the only people who were born in this beautiful country are Native Americans, who actually belong, and they are natives. They live in this land before those immigrants arrived, like a lot of us. And so you cannot disregard that stuff. Like I'm pissed off a little bit about certain individuals that talk about accents, that talk about people for foreigners, and they just forget themselves that they're also foreigners. They just came a little bit earlier, so it doesn't give them freaking right to call someone foreigner if they're fucking foreigners themselves. So that's my opinion, because if some fucking schmuck comes up to me and says, you got a fucking accent, you're a foreigner, I'm gonna say, you're a fucking foreigner too, motherfucker, because you came to this country also on a freaking boat. So don't forget that, you piece of shit. So that's, sorry for my language. It just touches me a lot into my soul and heart. Sometimes I don't speak out. I kind of hold it inside. Sometimes you have to release the energy, because not only, like I always say to every person that I meet that tells me something about foreigners, I always tell them, you're also foreigners. You don't belong in this country. You came here. The only people who belong are Native Americans. They were born here in this land. So stop your bullshit, turn around, look in the mirror, and tell yourself you're a foreigner. So, and of course, it's great country of opportunities. That's what Josh Galt didn't talk about yesterday, is that you can have so many opportunities in this country because it's a capitalistic country. You can make money on social media. You can make money on anything. You can get a job here sometimes. Can get fired also really fast. See, that's the difference. Josh Galt didn't touch that yesterday in his video. That in this country, guys, unfortunately, they fire you for any reason, and you will lose the job. You will lose your income. It's very important to remember that you're expendable. I said I won't say exposable, expendable. So you can only rely on yourself, on your knowledge, on your abilities. And there are people in this country, unfortunately, who cannot work, and they are being deprived of a lot of things that they cannot make money. Even Social Security right now for people who are retired has been kind of cut down. So people, I know that personally, so don't tell me, guys, in the comments that it's not true. I know it's true. I know people here who are foreigners, like you're saying, immigrants, who don't have enough. They're also they're already retired. They don't have enough money to pay, for their food, for the stuff they want, to at least enjoy the rest of their life. So don't tell me it's bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's true. People don't have enough money from Social Security. That's why people have opportunity to save money into their 401ks, which is a smart idea. If you guys don't do that, do that. The government will not back you up on this. If you're gonna think about government backing you up about Social Security, forget about it. Like in the Italian mafia movie. Forget about it. Forget about it, Tony. So make sure you have your income when you get older, because you will not have enough money most likely by the time I will go into retirement, of course. And some of us who are in their 40s and older or younger, it's gonna be different. That's why people back in the Soviet Union, guys, older people, they didn't have money to even buy groceries. They had to sell stuff on the streets. They had to literally sell their own things. Some veterans, war veterans, had to sell their medals. Some war veterans had to sell their stuff from their, being in the army, because they didn't have enough money to buy food. And that's unfortunate, guys. That's why Josh Galt was talking about yesterday in his video, is the time management, how you to manage your time to be more profitable, to make money, and not concentrate on making money and not watching your time management properly, because that's what I do usually, which is not the right way. And Josh Galt touched up on that because he's a corporate guy. So he knows understands some of it. Business school. You guys never graduated from college and you need to take business classes, guys. I'm not one of the people to tell you about it. But that's why you need to. No problem, Harry. Take your time, man. So that's why people don't want to talk about subjects associated with it. But at the same time, it's important. It's always important, guys, to understand what you're capable of, what kind of opportunities you can have while living in this beautiful country and not somewhere else where you cannot have opportunities like that. And that's why people always complain, even here. I was watching ABC Matt's video yesterday about him attending one of the estate sales. Shout out to ABC Matt, guys. Go watch his videos, guys. Matt, if you gonna watch this live ever, I think you already maybe monetized on YouTube, which is great. If you are, congratulations, man, for a great achievement in business on YouTube. But what I wanted to say, guys, is that Matt was at the estate sale, and one of the people saying those prices are ridiculous. They're high. Everything is overpriced. Why the hell then you're standing there and complaining? Leave that area or leave that freaking estate sale, since you don't want to, agree with those prices, because estate sale companies, they make money also. They need to make their commission. So they will price stuff up and they don't care about complainers. You can complain all you want, but the estate sale companies need to make money also, like everyone, like resellers, like flea market people, like anyone, commission on lives, whatnot, whatever it is. People making money all over the place. It's like a big casino. Everyone's supposed to make money. If you guys watched a movie called Casino with Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and other great actors in that movie, Sharon Stone, my favorite actress of all time, one of them. I love Sharon Stone. If you remember that movie, and Robert De Niro at the time in the movie, of course, characters in it's a movie, how they talked about casino being working in a casino, and how everyone was making money in a casino, because that's what it is. Everyone is watching everyone. It's a similar situation. It doesn't matter where you work. Management, upper management, ownership, every boss that you're gonna have, every sub boss, whatever, everyone is entitled to their position at any type of business to tell you what to do. And if you need money, sorry guys, freaking cold. If you need money, you're gonna do what they tell you to do. Similar to casino situation, because in casinos, guys, they tell you who to look for. There is like everyone on the floor making money, but people in a casino, they're spending money. So that's a big business, similar to reselling, even bigger. Because people spend money in a casino. Some people go overboard and lose freaking everything. And now someone told me recently, I'm not gonna name anyone, of course. It's not polite. Whatnot is like a casino, because you can come in, can spend the money. You do get the goods and you can resell it, which is great. It's different a little bit than the actual casino where you're playing different slot machines, you're playing poker, blackjack, where you're gonna lose most likely, and then you're not gonna make any money. You can lose everything, or you can make a little bit. But some people are dumb enough, they never leave, they lose everything in the end. So because they're addicted, like drug addicts. So it's a lot of different things in life happen, guys. So opportunities are everywhere. Complainers always gonna be complainers. I'm not, immune from complaining. Yes, I'm also sometimes complain about things in life, but we all do. It's not like anyone is immune from being a complainer or not liking things. It's life. Life is a big drama of its own. Life never ends in comedy. Life sometimes may end in comedy depending on how a person dies. But most of the time, it is very tragic, or it's drama, or it is what it is. Yes, and everyone will go. There isn't going to be no person that's not going to go through it in life. Everyone will. Cannot run away from it. Like they say, no running away from that situation, guys. It always brings me to my next point in the movie called Up in the Air. If you guys, I'm into movies, I'm into movie quotes sometimes. A movie Up in the Air, guys. Watch it, by the way. Movie is called Up in the Air. It stars George Clooney, and I think her name is Anna Kendrick. Maybe not. I think Anna Kendrick. It's like a actress who was in that movie. It's a movie about companies, businesses. I'm pretty sure you guys watched it. It's like not a new movie. It's about maybe already 15 years old, I think. But it's very great. It's a great movie about business, about person like George Clooney in that movie. He played a consultant. The people who go to companies and they fire people. They tell people that unfortunately company has to let them go. That's a very difficult job, and people work as consultants. They tell people like it is. Are they cold-hearted? Yes, they're motherfuckers. They're cold-hearted motherfuckers. Because they disregard anything, any values of life. They disregard any opportunities that people may have their families that they depend on the income. They disregard everything. Will I ever be able to be a consultant? No fucking way. I will kill myself. It's impossible for me, my mindset, to tell someone, sorry, we're gonna have to let you go. Doesn't matter how long you worked here. You work here 20 years, we're gonna let you go, motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, guys, for my language. I'm getting sometimes a little bit emotional. But in that movie, guys, it was very important how George Clooney character played. That he showed a younger employee who got into the company to be a consultant that she needs to fire people and tell them that it is over, that you need to pack up your stuff and leave, but you're gonna get you're gonna get a month of paid medical left. You're gonna get some, I forgot what it's called, the package is called, whatever it's called. Guys, sorry if I talk too much. I appreciate you guys. Nicole, what's going on? Nicole Lopresto in the house. Nicole, sorry that I didn't notify you about going live, but I decided after skipping about 10,000 years of not going live, it's time to talk about life. Because it's important to refresh everyone. Because everyone is afraid to talk about life. Sometimes people don't like it. So sometimes it is important. So that movie, watch the movie, guys. And what brings up the great point about this movie, guys, is that I think her name is the actress in that movie. She asked George Clooney, she's like, why don't you have a family? Like, why don't you have kids? Were you ever married? And he's like, no. Do you have any kids? He's like, no. And she was like surprised in the movie, of course. She's like, why? Why didn't you ever get married? Why don't you ever have kids? And he's like, what for? And she's like, well, don't you want someone to be there when you die? Or to be there when you're like in a hospital or whatever happens? And he's like, what's for? He's like, we all die alone. Like some of it, if you say it's sad, guys, I know it's sad. It's a sad subject. But some of it is true. There was a truth to that. If you watch the movie, you'll understand. She after he told her that, she started crying. She at that time she got engaged in the movie to her fiance, ever. And then he told her that he's like, I'm not ever getting married, or I'm not having kids. He wanted to be alone, and he brought up a point that that's how life goes. Sometimes you get certain opportunities in life that you can get into good marriage and have great life. But sometimes life is different. You're not gonna get that opportunity, and you're gonna get a little bit different in life. So guys, I hope I didn't disappoint. I miss the lives. Kind of quit Marcus. Nicole, I actually sorry that I actually have not been on Marco. I was sick, and then I had like some issues with my health all over again, and it's like never-ending, unfortunately, circle of current situation in my life that happening. But whatever comes is given to us by God. That's why sometimes people don't believe in power of prayer, but prayers are important part of life. That's why sometimes you pray and you ask God, like, Say, dear God, please, forgive me for all the sins and help me, with the things to create a better life. Sometimes God helps. I know people don't believe in it. There are people who are completely don't believe in God. I do. That's me, guys. I'm not gonna, go into religious type of topics. It's important to kind of reflect on that too. People are afraid to talk about everything right now, especially with the mindset how people are. Everyone gets kind of upset, gets complacent, gets how do you say it, offended about things. But I usually, don't, because we all face reality. It's not like a movie, you know. We don't live in a movie. We don't live in a theater. We live in a life, real life. So you can be who you want to be on social media. You want to be a character. You want to identify yourself as a freaking, snowflake. You can. In this world right now, you can identify yourself as anything. But that is anyone. Can be anyone or everyone. And people still don't understand why it is. But I applaud older generation for sticking it to younger generation nowadays, who don't sometimes appreciate what's happened in the past compared to what happens nowadays. So thankfully there are people currently that didn't lose their freaking mind completely and understand the importance of how to properly, teach generations of younger people proper things that may most likely in about 50 years will completely lose the value of whatever is being taught currently. Because look at schools, look at colleges, look at different things that happen. It's all different. Everyone thinks differently. There is not so much respect left, unfortunately. It's coming from a lot of people that disrespect other people, and they disrespect other people in different types of ways. Nobody gets punished. Nothing is happening. So eventually this creates different types of, not just life, but life in general changes. Uh, so it's kind of, Todd, what's going on, my friend? Are you host? Todd, I'm never lost, my friend. Todd actually is good about it. Todd is never afraid to speak out, even though his desk is always afraid. Todd's desk is afraid to lose, its durability someday. After Todd's been sitting at the desk for over 85 years, the desk decided it's gonna retire earlier than Todd. Because the desk is thinking about it like, well, Todd is my owner and he's been my owner forever, but I want to live somewhere else eventually. Maybe I can get sold at an estate sale and move out of Texas, maybe to the Cleveland, Ohio area. Right, Todd? Todd, how you been, my friend? How's everything? Todd, I decided to reflect on life today because we all lost the value of life after we decided that everyone is a reseller again. So the mindset is lost. So we started watching. I was talking about earlier, if you want to rewatch my video, I mean, earlier today when I started my talk about Josh Galt's video, because Josh Galt, I associate with Josh Galt a lot because he is sometimes going to speak about certain things properly because he has some, at least, good knowledge of corporate world and how corporations survive on poor people that depend on incomes and then fire everyone. And then when they fire people, Todd, they say, sorry, we're not gonna pay you anymore because you're exposable. It's like an exposable subject. So you're like a garbage, basically. So they throw you out onto the curb. They're gonna hire someone else, or just not hire anyone. And then they tell you, sorry, but you can become a reseller. So go to Goodwill, find your opportunities into different things of being a great reseller, and just go on with your life. Why do you need a freaking corporate insurance desk job? So they fire you, Todd. They don't want you to continue your life as a guy who always works for big boss and never complains about his income. See, that's what happened to me, Todd, in the past. I was complaining a little bit, saying, sorry, I need more income. And they told me eventually, sorry, no more income. So you can go to another place and complain about of not getting income. So I said, sorry, guys, I didn't graduate from Harvard with, a degree in being an attorney or criminal attorney or civil attorney. And then I realized attorneys are all, similar in what they do. So there was no point. Nicole, starting dinner. Nicole, have a great dinner. Josh is too smart for me. I can't keep up. Todd, I mean, Josh is like one of the open books in the history of reselling. Todd, eventually I will create like some kind of video where I will point out great minds of reselling content creators and people who helped. Because I see how everyone is doing silently. See, Todd, I'm a silent warrior. I watch over and pay attention on how people do and being treated in this amazing world of YouTube reselling community. And then I make decision on who will get into top rated discussion of being one of the best supporters, one of the best content creators, one of the best advisors, one of the best critics. We're gonna talk about it soon, Todd, in about maybe, hopefully, by end of this year, I will compile some kind of interesting idea in my head about this and see. Because, see, that's what it is, Todd. Sometimes you have to pay attention to how people help each other and how great people are in the community to go over small channels. Like Wolfman's Goodies, for example. Chad and his beautiful wife, Melissa, that help so many channels support, send super chats. And, they're great. And you can tell by their ability to help people. And I learned already by looking at what people do, what they do and how they react. Woody, reselling with Woody, another great example. Todd is another great example. Silver Hair Stacker, guys, if you're gonna rewatch this unusual life, always subscribe to Todd, guys. He's been an amazing personality, which comes always in the morning to discuss different things in life, not just reselling. Not afraid to speak out like some other content creators do, which I respect a lot. Because I don't care, and that's why I enjoy Bearded Picker Scott, because he is always, can be vulgar, can be right to the point, can say things like I do. Like I don't give a shit about like people being offended. Offended. That's a word to exist. That offended is very important word to learn, guys. But actually, and I pay a lot of respect to people like that. So I give a big shout out right now before I leave to amazing channels: Silver Hair Stacker, Queen City Picker, a Bearded Picker, Flipping Ain't Easy, Josh Galt. Who else I really enjoy? ABC Matt, actually. Surprisingly, I find ABC Matt to be very truthful content creator, because he actually, I like this, and he's a smaller channel, and I cannot, there are different fans, but We're gonna continue. Steve Alcorn, by the way, locally here from Cleveland. Steve and his wife Marsha are amazing people. We got a lot of great content creators here in Cleveland. Um, Also, Yoso Boho, by the way, Amy, I just met her recently at the Beans, also from here, from Cleveland. Um, a lot of other ones, there's always points out for me that sometimes I reflect on things, and great supporters like Nicola Presto always comes in. And but sometimes you have to sit out that for me personally, man. People get offended, unfortunately, a lot in this country because mindset is very important. Part of you is who you are in life. You're gonna live like that. You're gonna die like that. You're gonna be always truthful to what your personality is, what your personality traits are, how you're seen by your family, how you're seen by your close circle. Friends in life come and go. Women in life come and go. Wives in life come and go. Children always stay. You cannot replace your children. That's why. Well, that's very important. And other great personalities, Grabs and Puffs Vintage. I like them a lot. Ink Picker Alicia has a great channel. We're gonna continue, guys, before we leave. John, what's going on, my friend? John Jones in the house. So you have to reflect on different things. There are a lot of great people in the community that help each other. They're not, if they're a bigger channel, of course, they got other things to do, guys, But I sometimes think about it, what would I've been doing myself if I had a channel with over like whatever million subscribers. Yeah, that's everyone would think, oh, he's a big fish. He doesn't care about any people anymore. But I would say, no freaking way. Don't call me out on that. I will still help people if I can. If someone reaches out and if I can help with anything, I will be able to. We cannot help everyone, of course. It's understandable. But whenever we can give advice or give people opportunities to help, it's always great. Some people don't discuss it on their videos because they're afraid to lose subscribers. And that's understandable. You know why? I can tell you why. Because people's income depends on supporting their family. That's why their content on YouTube depends on their subscribers. So if they are dependent sometimes, not all of them will agree, but they're dependent on subscribers and makes quality content every time without offending too many people, so they don't lose precious subscribers. They're doing good job to support their family because it's important, more important to support your family compared to someone else's family. Sorry guys, had to kind of had to be, hey, what's going on, John? How you been, my friend? How's Jenna doing? Hopefully she's feeling better. John, I was just talking about you guys, that you are very genuine people from Las Vegas, Nevada, that have great content sometimes. But I know you guys are great. Archie Biscuit Butt sometimes is good, guys. I know Archie. I cannot defend Archie, guys. He's kind of a freelancer type of guy like me. Archie has been kind of helping out a lot. Mike Metko, by the way. See, guys, everything comes to my mind. Right now, I'm a big supporter of Mike Metko or Mike Camporelli. Mike Camporelli or Mike Metko is same Italian guy. So if you don't know any Italians, guys, in the community, you come to the right place. Mike Metko is Italian. Or Mike Camporelli. He's a big Italian mafia guy. So if you want to meet Italian mafia guys, go to Mike Metko meetups channel. Mary McQueen, Mike Metko's co-host, is great. Very, very unique personalities, guys. See, there are a lot of them. A lot of people that I watch silently, paying attention how people change throughout the time. You're not gonna see that from me, guys, much. Like I was when I was 8. I'm still the same in my 40s. Didn't change personal. Health-wise, I changed, yes. Unfortunately, health has been an issue for me to stay healthy. But that's unfortunately you cannot sometimes change or do something because of certain things that happen. And with me personally, that kind of sometimes I close my eyes and like, what the fuck is going on? Why is it happening? And it's been happening already since my dad passed away. I don't ever talk about this on the video. Since my dad passed away in 2019, my health has been very questionable because of what happened when my dad passed away, when I collapsed. And at the time, they thought I had a heart attack. So, like, it was very painful for me, guys. I'll never talk about this on the fucking videos, but my dad died, and I was there sitting in his room when I thought he was. At the time, I started calling nurses because his heart stopped, and I got in a state of shock, and I collapsed myself because my mom was not able to be there because she was very stressed, and I never talk and discuss it. At the time, they had to revive me because I collapsed, and I don't know what they did. They never specifically told me what happened, but I felt like I may have suffered some kind of heart attack at the time. It was very difficult for me, but because when you sit there at the hospital room with someone very close to you, like your parents, and you see that happen, and you see this happening in front of your eyes, that's gonna mess you up, guys. Really big time. I mean, messed me up big time. I still have nightmares up to this day. After that, I was not ever healthy. That I would be able to be kind of consistently healthy or something. It was always biting me, coming back, and it deteriorated me a little bit because of other things stressing me out. But I see that's called complaining. You don't complain about things like that. A Blair Witch movie. No, John, I'm in a movie myself. John, sorry guys, have not been in your lives, man. I have not been feeling really well. I was reflecting on business opportunities from what Josh Galt was saying while walking in the woods yesterday, like me looking for Blair Witch. But Josh Galt pointed out great things, John. You can use that in your lives too. Talking about time management versus having money right away, which is a mindset of how Josh put it down as being poor versus hopefully in the long run making some kind of money and retire, at least in this country, having some kind of income so that you don't rely on government, to support you. So that was my point and that all type of thing. But anyway, guys, everyone, thanks for stopping by today. John and Harry and Todd and Nicole and who else I missed? John, Jones, and let's see who else I missed. I think I didn't miss anyone. So if you rewatch it, guys, if you get offended by this live, we're gonna do it again tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, guys, from the same spot. We'll continue talking about different business opportunities. So take care, everyone, and have a great night.